This is your mum? Dan. How are you? This is the rest of the crew.
Late morning, Ben's mother arrives for her daily visit. Ben is the oldest of 7 kids. She finds it hard to talk about the accident and the long-term impact it will have on her entire family.
It's very difficult to look after Ben from now on. It's very easy for her to look after its kids rather than Ben, because he's a good character, he's a good rugby player. So it's very difficult for him now, because she said that it's been caring for him like a baby when he was born now.
Mum talks of her own big dreams for Ben, to play professional rugby and money he would have earned. The family had pinned their hopes on the talented young player.
Sometimes she's happy, but she saw her son lying like this on the bed. It's very difficult for her to imagine how Ben was very fit when he was elected to be the under 20 player for Samoa, and she's very her feeling is emotional.
Meeting his mum was, it was pretty tough. It was seeing Ben's reaction to what his mother was saying as well. Just knowing that it's the same feeling as every parent, I guess, just being completely helpless, just wanting to do everything and not being able to do anything. I came away from that feeling pretty much like a white boy who couldn't really offer much at all. I think I went into it, knowing his level of injury, but just not realising how disabled he is compared to me. And coming over to Samoa with all my knowledge and experience, I thought I could offer something, but really just never come away feeling so helpless and really not being able to do anything at all.
Ben will have financial security. The trust fund established in his name has provided things that others don't have. There's even a new home underway, designed around Ben's needs, that'll ensure he can return home to his village. That's huge. Many people here, affected by the tsunami, still haven't rebuilt their homes a year on.
Heading out to Ben's village, a little apprehensive about what it's going to be like for him. He's had a long 8 months in hospital, and as tough as that's been, there's a lot of hard times ahead as well, as there is with any spinal cord injured patient. Anyone who has a serious injury, life still is going on around them, and a part of it is, just it's in their face the whole time. It's what they used to do and it's what they can't be involved in anymore. Ben has got a specifically designed house in the process of being built. So just seeing the floor plan, seeing where it's at, seeing what it's going to be, I'm just really looking forward to that and hoping that it's going to be a place where he can live and make the most of life and enjoy life.
10 members of Ben's family live here. It's communal living. A few small sleeping whales and one large central kitchen. They raise their own animals and crops.
Maybe if you just hold the chair.
There are no pathways here, just grass tracks. I'm glad it's been trampled, because grass isn't the easiest to wheel through. Ben's injury is so severe, there's no way he'll be able to wheel himself. Ben's new whale is underway, but at this stage it's a few posts and roof struts.
See if I can get down here without falling off. I should be sweet. I got it. Okay.
The plan is to run electricity for a hoist and electric bed.
How's he going to get there though? How does he get all the way up from the road into the building?
They're gonna make the road from over there down here to his house.
2 rooms?
One room and toilet and shower.
What other equipment will he need? Or does he have?
Yeah, he already have lots of pillows, sheets,
A bed?
a bed.
What sort of wheelchair?
The electric wheelchair.
How's he going to drive a power chair without the use of hands?
I'm the one who's responsible for.
They're still learning what Ben might be able to do. I'm already thinking Ben could control an electric wheelchair himself. They just have to rig it so that he can control it. Maybe with his chin.
A manual chair as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's Ben about it all? He must be excited. He must be hanging out for it.
Yes, he just want to come home and enjoy in his valley.
Any bit of independence will be huge. Soma's already told me Ben's depressed.
It's kind of hard. But the thing is, we talk sometimes and I ask him how's he coping till now when the accident was happened. And he said that all I want is to walk again and I don't want to play rugby anymore.
Ben's Uncle Soma has young children of his own, but he takes his family duty very seriously. Ben's his focus now.
I'm his caregiver from the beginning till now and to the future. I think it's kind of boring lying on this bed, just lie there and do nothing. And I feel sorry for him, even if he's not walking but we're really happy to have him back home, still talking and laughing, all those things.
Still the same Ben.
Yeah. Still the same.
When I first arrived, I couldn't imagine how someone with Ben's level of injury could live here.
So I've sorted out a bit of shade because I'm cooking. I've been here about a couple of hours and I'm really struggling to handle the heat. And it's not because of, just coming from New Zealand or coming from winter. This is part of my injury, being a tetraplegic, I just cannot handle the heat anymore. I can't regulate my temperature. That's going to be the same for Ben. And I really don't know how he's going to handle it, if he even knows about what to expect once he gets here back home.
Taking care of Ben at home is going to be a full-time job for Soma. Someone with Ben's level of injury requires round-the-clock care.
From the outside looking in, it could be easy to say that once Ben gets out of hospital, he should stay in Apia. With his level of disability, it would just be easier. And you could even say, with the money that's been raised for Ben, that should go to a registered nurse to look after him so that his Uncle Soma can go back to work. But being here, being in the village, meeting his family, you quickly realise that he'll be going home to the right place.
Back in town at the Maris Rugby Club, Ben's old team is training.
Behind me, that's Ben's teammates. They're the ones that were with him on that day. And this is the very field where he broke his neck.
These guys know all about doing their stretches and warming up before a match. But they never realised the impact those crunching tackles could have until Ben's accident.
Every time I come to this field, I always think about Ben's case. It's very sad when on that day, so especially that kind of injury, a serious one. Contact games right now, you can't go inside there expect that you're not gonna get injured. Yeah. So the most important thing now, you have to ensure yourself first, and before you go into contact game now. So the safety is the most important thing right now in rugby, in world rugby.
As we talk, another awful reality emerges. The minutes immediately after an accident are crucial for anyone who has a spinal injury. The rule is, don't move them. Teammate Andrew was the one who took Ben to the hospital. At the time, no one knew Ben had broken his neck. The guys thought they were doing the right thing. They helped him up, bundled him into a car and headed off to find a doctor. That movement could have further contributed to the damage of his spine.
I was crying on that day when when I finally, because I was the one who was there with Ben the whole time. When we find out the story about him, and then when we found out that his spinal cord is gone, then we just stand there, look at each other, and then Ben was just lying there, didn't know anything. He didn't know anything, and then he said, and then I asked him, he said, "Are you okay?" And then he said, "Yes." He always say yes every time. He's a strong young man.
Aside from the obvious physical limitations of getting around Samoa in a wheelchair, the big thing I've noticed here is a bit of a curiosity. I think there is a general lack of awareness just because people don't see anyone or know anyone in a wheelchair. This will be part of the challenge for Ben as he starts to rebuild his new life. Ben is still in a major phase of adjustment. He lies in bed watching reruns of rugby, but he knows the sport he's so passionate about put him here.
Do you still think about what happened?
Yeah,
Every day?
every day. I don't want to happen again.
To anyone?
Yeah.
Too few people here in Samoa realise that playing rugby has dangerous consequences. Helping Ben is a wonderful thing, but what's really needed is a change of focus on the football field. Hitting hard isn't the be-all and end-all. Ben now knows this only too well. Spending time with Ben had a huge impact on me. He's such an incredible guy. I'm really looking forward to seeing him again soon.